Hello and welcome to another video, and today I am going to quickly just go through a couple of character builds, one or two builds per character for level 65, so we've got 63 skill points now. So this is just kind of to get you on your way. Now, fairly min-max builds, however, it's not going to, of course, include every single build imaginable. I've only got one or two per character. Now, if you are interested, in the description there is a link to 4 Google documents. Don't worry, they all link to each other, so you only need to bookmark one. And these are managed and maintained by some very intelligent people to be just a collection of very, very good builds that cover like a variety of playstyles and whatnot. So if you want to check that out, they'll probably still be level 60 at the time of this video going up, but they will be updated over this next week. We just gotta, contact various people who made the various builds and whatnot. But at Virtual IM, they're all endgame ready, min-max, optimized, etc. Really, really good resource there to check out. But first, here I've got my Hellzerker build. People have been asking me where I put the extra 5 points. Well, I'm going to show you here. We can do a couple of things with them, but first let's just build the core build first. So of course it's going to be 3 in personal space, 2 in clarity to reach Blight Tiger. I'm going with our general blue tree here, grabbing as much cooldown as we can because Ties of Bind is that strong. Grab these 3 DPS skills here, 1 in Remnant because it's so strong, and then Avatar, very, very valuable skill there. And then our red tree over here, I'm going to go 2 in Infusion. You can go 1 Infusion or and 1 in Animer. I don't like Animer because it kills you a lot. Illuminated Fist, so we heal whenever we Groundbreaker Death. Always a fun thing to do. And then Wildfire, just to avoid these 2 skills. Infusion, it's a situational skill. If your kit isn't fully up to par, you don't have like a row of, a top weapon of each element, that's when Infusion is good. So you can use like a Corrosive Monarch when you need it to be fire, and it will be a little better there. But if you do have a wide selection of guns that cover all the elements, then you can kind of leave some points out of Infusion because it lowers your bonus element damage from your, grenade and shield annoyance. So that's just kind of the short description of whether Infusion is worth taking or not. And then Sustainment, just drop 1 or 2 points. I use non-elemental weapons a lot, so a little bit of Infusion, a little bit of Sustainment, that's enough. Drop a point into Forceful. It's not a terribly good skill, but it is damage, and we don't really have much of that available on our trees left to grab, because Samsara doesn't work with ties, so yeah, we grab Forceful there. And then we got 6 points left, and we always had 1 floating point, and it's just kind of up to you where you want to put them. If you're going to be using splash weapons, Arms Deal's not super terrible. It's not fantastic either, because you're likely going to be running a 200 splash anoint, and bonus elements, ties, whatnot, they don't get splash bonuses. Samsara doesn't work with ties. Enemy weapon damage is still M10, unless they've fixed it this patch, which I don't know if they have or not. So that's the problem with Helping Hands there. This tree's only like 1 point of mindfulness anyway. So for me personally, I was gonna dump them all into Alacrity because it's reload speed. And the last 2, you can go for Violent Tapestry if you want cryo efficiency, only really worth it if you're using cryo. Awakening for some more reload speed, that's actually very tempting. Or Arm Steel to improve that splash damage, so these 2 points can go in either Awakening or Arm Steel, so I'll just drop into Arm Steel for that. Situational, more damage. And now moving on to flak. So to start with, I'll start with just like a 3-shot fade flak, or just a generalist, gun build flak. Since we've got enough points to just kind of group it all into one. So the red tree is going to be the same as before. Very, very traditional red tree. Meta revolves around multi-projectile weapons, so we don't really need to take 2 Fang there. Drop 2 points in second intention and Megavore. The reason why we don't go Grim Harvest is because 3% gun damage equals a total of like 1.7% of your total damage, and then if you run like a stack bot for bossing situations or a Cosmic Stalker, it's even less, and it even dips below 1%, and that's for 2 points in Grim Harvest. Yeah, take the reload speed. And then of course we're going to go heavy into Green Tree, so we're going to grab some gun damage, some Furious Attack there like the runes. Turntail or run, we have to put 1 point in here, so we'll go with 1 point in BFFs, and that'll be enough to keep our pet alive. Pet is very, very tanky. Fast and Furious. And then from here, so we can either go a 1 more point into BFFs, or move the 2 points from here into Self-Rep or Eager if you wish, and then go all 5 on Rage and Recover to Power Inside. That is a tankier, more survivable way of getting to Power Inside. However, because I like to run Fade Away, and I have aggro relief. There we go. I'm going to put 5 into Hidden Machine, 2 in Power Inside, 2 in Rage and Recover, and then 1 into Power Inside. So, of course, you can either go Bit of Survivability up here and then just go all 5 into Rage and Recover, because it's a very good skill since they fixed it. Whereas if you're running Aggro Relief Fade, then you can just run Hidden Machine and grab that extra V2 damage. We've got 11 points left. So normally I'd overspec like red and green here and not bother with blue, but now we can really get a lot out of blue. So we grab the extra 12% gun damage there, nothing major. Just 2 points to get us down the tree, and then we can do 1 He Bites, very good skill. And then 5 Frenzy for 40% V1. Flak has got the biggest bonus thanks to the thanks to this level cap. Now I've actually got 2 skills for Flak here, so if I just quickly respec here, I've got a Gamma Burst build, so of course I'll build out that same red tree. Nothing changes here. Very powerful skill, lots of good skills. Ooh, what am I missing? Ah, one up there. Cool. Then we got some green tree here, so we're just going to do the same, just get down the tree. And we're actually going to go 3 in He Bites. Heavy He Bites, when Gamma Burst is up, can insta-phase Anathema, and just in general do a lot of damage. He Bites gets Mayhem Scaling, the pet Mayhem Scaling, which is like a times 51 or something silly. 1 more point to get down the tree, we'll just give our pet Lifesteal for when Gamma Burst isn't up, which, to be honest, Gamma Burst is going to be up most of the time. I'm going to max out Yorp to get the most out of our Great Horn Skag or Scorcher Spider Ant. Max out Pack Tactics, and then we can start going heavy on green now. So we're going to grab some more damage from Furious Attack, some more fire rate from Overclocked. We're going to grab Lick the Ruins. And then 3 points here, you can kind of do what you want with them. You can grab some Shared Spirit and Mutated Defenses, although with M10 enemy damage, that's kind of hit or miss. Or you could do what I would prefer to do, max out Second Intention or Turd Tail and Run. So you can either get some health regen, damage reduction while moving. Damage reduction admittedly not very good, but gun damage and fire rate while still very strong. Or just some reload speed here, and I'm actually going to go with Turn Tail. So there's a Gamma Burst build. Of course, running the middle 2 augments there. And yeah, those are the 2 flak builds for level 65. And now on to Mows. So to start with, I'm just going to start with a 3-tree splash Mows. So this is going to be your typical meta, you know, Skag Den, short fuse, very high damage both in and out of Iron Bear setup. Now, personally, I run 3 in Vampire and then 1 in Grizzled, so I can more reliably get my Rocketeer Iron Bear back for the next Crystal in Guardian Takedown, but you can just run 4 in Vampire there and grab Short Fuse. If you are wanting Grizzled, yeah, just kind of pull the points in Vampire. You don't really need a lot, and you can dump them in there. For Red Tree, we're going to grab 1 point in Security Bear, of course, and then 4 in Armored Infantry, max out Drowning, and grab Experimental. That's all we're going to do over there. And then we've got Green Tree, which is where the 5 new points are going. And we can max out all of this. Yeah, max it all. Max all of that, get that. And then, depending on how much you want mag size, I personally wouldn't take the mag size. Here it's just 3 floating points. We've already got, you know, Means of Destruction. Our meta gun is the Flipper, which is already kind of ammo efficient. So I'm going to take Click Click and then Forge, but honestly, these points could go anywhere in this tree. You can even put it into Cloud of Lead if you want, actually. So I'm just taking Click Click for the potential damage there. And that's 3 tree Mers. Probably running double cap arms or something. Maybe nukes. Nukes are fun. I like nukes. Problem with Vanquisher pods nowadays is because of Mayhem scaling, they one-shot the Iron Bear. So if they hit themselves, that's the problem with Vanquisher pods. That's why I like to use the guns without any self-damage. Okay, and now moving on to my my personal most spec, which is going to be a little bit different. So I'm just going to quickly run through it. Green Tree is mostly, it's actually exactly the same, only a little bit less in the bottom half. So I'm going to max all of these out. I'm going to grab some for the road there. Did I have a spec there? Oh, we should be fine. Moving on to Blue Tree, we're going to grab max out Skagden, max out this entire row. Remember, Stainless Steel Bear Iron Bear damage and Scorching RPM's Iron Bear damage affect short fuse, fire in the Skagden for some reason. Don't know why. And then, as I say, I personally like that point in Grizzled, but it's very inefficient. There's diminishing returns. Throw it into Vampire. Short fuse. And that leaves me with 15 points. So I can max out Armored Infantry this time, max out Drowning, grab you, and then 2 less points here, and that unlocks Sabot rounds. I really like Sabot rounds, it keeps my Iron Bear alive. Iron Bear with Security Bear is already very tanky, you don't actually need Vampire. Although I do find on some of the heavier fights, like Slaughter Shaft and Melee 1 Takedown Bridge on True Takedown, my Iron Bear does die, so I like to run Sabot rounds, and that just makes it so much easier. I feel like I don't really need the Click or Forge, especially. So yeah, that's my personal mow spec, which I just wanted to throw in there. I need to make a video on this at some point. And finally on to Zayn. Been enjoying Zayn a lot these last few days with the Hellwalker and Double Barrel, and it's exactly what we're going to be doing here. It's just like an all-encompassing just Zayn build. Zayn doesn't really have many good skills. It's just you grab the major ones and then you're good to go pretty much. So we're going to grab these 4 here, go down to Quick Breather. I will be using Clone personally. It's just way too strong, is Clone. It's so good. Grab Broom Enhance there, and then it's all kind of floating points. I'm just going to throw them into Synchro because it's easy gun damage. Like a Ghost isn't very good. Fractal Frats murders your Clone DPS. Don't really take it if you're using Seeing Dead. Duct Tape mod's good for proccing on Grenade Throw and Anoint, but I'm going to be running Drone Delivery anyway. So let's max these out. 1, 1, 1. Reload speed. And then between reload speed, cool hand, and playing dirty, it's all depending on the weapons that you're using. So if you're using Monarchs and whatnot, you want to be maxing out Violent Violence. If you're going to be using a lot of rocket launchers, which is very powerful, of course, you want to be maxing out playing dirty. So these points here will eventually be maxed out until you reach the capstone. Just kind of do what you want with them. You only need 1 point in play in Good Misfortune. So yeah, just kind of sprinkle your points around until you can get to Seeing Red, which is very good for boss farming and just kind of moving around. Seeing Red as a capstone doesn't really help you in hard combat, but it's a 1-pointer. You're going to be reaching there anyway, and it helps you so much utility-wise and boss farming, so Seeing Red is definitely a must-have for me. And then Ready for Action, Brain Freeze, and Confident Competence. And that is, yeah, that is all the characters. Of course, this isn't like every build in existence. I just overwrote my thing. There we go. That is all the builds that I'll be running. Level 65 for every single character. I hope this video helped you out. And of course, now we've hit the final level caps. When I do individual build videos now, they should hopefully be paired with save files as well. I know people have been bit upset that I don't do save files. Well, I think I might give in to the demand. Who knows? But with that, I hope you enjoy the DLC. I'll have more videos on that later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.